I walked into my garden one cold November morning, expecting everything to be finished for the year. Instead, I harvested the sweetest kale I'd grown all season. Not from a greenhouse, not under grow lights, just outside after 2 hard frosts. And honestly, it tasted better than the kale I harvested all summer. That's when I realized something most gardeners never discover. The best harvest of the year doesn't always happen in summer. In fact, some vegetables become sweeter, more tender, and even more productive after the weather starts cooling down. The problem is that most people stop planting in August. They clean up their gardens, put away their tools, and assume the season is over. Meanwhile, experienced gardeners are planting crops that will keep producing deep into autumn, and in many places even into winter. Today, I'm going to show you 15 vegetables you should plant in August if you want bigger harvests, sweeter flavors, and a garden that keeps producing long after everyone else's has stopped. A few of these vegetables actually improve after frost, and one of them surprised me so much that it's now something I plant every single year. Let's get started. Here's the secret about fall gardening that took me far too long to learn. Cool weather doesn't just help certain vegetables survive, it actually makes many of them taste better. As temperatures drop, some plants naturally convert their stored starches into sugars to protect themselves from freezing. The result? Bitter greens become mild, root vegetables become sweeter, and crops that struggled through summer suddenly thrive. But timing is everything. Plant too early, and intense summer heat slows them down. Plant too late, and they won't have enough time to mature before cold weather arrives. August is that perfect window. Miss it, and you'll spend months wishing you'd planted just a little sooner. So, let's start with number 15.
Number 15, radishes. I know, not exciting. Bear with me. Fall radishes are completely different from spring ones. Spring radishes bolt fast, get pithy, turn spicy to the point of being unpleasant. Fall radishes have more time. They stay crisp. The flavor is sharper but cleaner. Most varieties go from seed to table in 25 to 30 days. Plant now, eating them before September ends. Go with daikon if your soil is compacted. Those roots go deep and basically do your tilling for you. Number 14, turnips. Most people don't grow them, don't eat them. I get it. But a turnip that gets hit by a light frost tastes nothing like one pulled in summer. The cold converts the starch and you get this almost sweet, slightly peppery root that roasts beautifully. Both roots and greens are edible, 2 vegetables from one plant. Greens are ready in a few weeks, roots take 6 to 8. Plant now and the timing lines up almost perfectly with first frosts. Number 13, bok choy. One I didn't try until a few years ago. Genuinely wish I'd started earlier. Fast. Some varieties mature in 45 days. Handles light frost fine. And in cooler fall temps it stays tender instead of bolting like it does in heat. That thick white stalk stays crisp even after cooking. The leaves go soft and silky in a hot pan. A 12-inch pot works fine if you don't have bed space. Number 12, spinach. Fall spinach is better than spring spinach. I'll die on this hill. Spring spinach is always racing the clock, harvest before the heat hits and it bolts. Fall spinach doesn't have that problem. The shortening days and dropping temps are exactly what it wants. You can leave it in the ground and it'll overwinter in a lot of climates. Mulch it lightly before hard freezes and you might be harvesting in March with 0 extra work. Number 11, arugula. Fast, peppery, and almost impossible to mess up in fall. Summer arugula gets aggressively bitter and bolts. Fall arugula stays mild longer, grows steady, handles light frosts without flinching. I've had it survive well below freezing under a cheap floating row cover. Ready in about 40 days. Cut it an inch above the soil instead of pulling it and it'll regrow 2 or 3 times. Number 10, lettuce. People try this in fall but mess up the timing. Lettuce needs soil temperature below 75 degrees F to germinate reliably. In early August, the soil might still be too warm. If your seeds aren't germinating, that's why. Trick I use, start indoors for 2 weeks, then transplant. Sidesteps the problem entirely. Loose leaf varieties for fall. Faster to mature and you harvest outer leaves continuously instead of waiting for a full head.
Number 9, kale. This is the one I mentioned at the start. Kale doesn't just survive frost, it improves because of it. Cold breaks down the tougher cell walls and mellows the bitterness. Kale planted in August will still be producing in December in most of the U.S. Lacinato, the dark dinosaur kale, is my pick for fall. The leaves get this deep blue-green color as it gets colder, almost looks fake. And the flavor is genuinely better than anything you'd buy at a store in winter. Number 8, collard greens. If you want something that pushes through serious cold, collards are it. I've had collards survive hard freezes that killed everything else in the garden, and the flavor improves every time the temperature drops. Take the outer leaves, let the center keep going. One plant will give you harvest for months. Southern gardeners have known this forever. Number 7, broccoli. Timing matters a lot here. You need about 80 to 100 days before your first hard frost, depending on variety. Zones 5 through 7, August planting works. Further north, you're cutting it close. Fall broccoli heads are tighter and more flavorful than spring ones. Less chance of the head opening up in heat, and side shoots that form after you cut the main head keep producing well into October. Number 6, cauliflower. More finicky than broccoli, I'll be honest. But fall actually gives it what it wants. Slow, consistent cool instead of dramatic temperature swings. The heads stay whiter and denser. If you've grown spring cauliflower and watched heads go yellow and loose before harvest, fall planting mostly solves that. Purple and orange varieties are more forgiving if you want a lower stress option. Number 5, kohlrabi. Most people have never grown it. A surprising number have never eaten it. Looks like a spaceship, big round bulb, stems shooting out in all directions. But the flavor is mild and slightly sweet, like a cross between broccoli and apple. Raw, it's crunchy. Roasted, it gets nutty and caramelized. Matures in 50 to 60 days, handles light frost. Fall-grown kohlrabi stays more tender because the cooler temps slow it down and keep it from getting woody. Number 4, carrots. This is the one worth waiting for. Carrots that go through a frost are genuinely one of the best things you can grow at home. The cold triggers that same starch to sugar conversion, but in carrots it's even more dramatic. I pulled one last November that tasted like it had been glazed with something. It hadn't. Just cold weather and time underground. Key thing, carrots need loose, deep, rock-free soil. Compacted or rocky ground, and the roots fork and stunt. Raised beds or deep containers work great. Nantes and Chantenay varieties for fall. Shorter roots, less likely to hit obstacles. Number 3, beets. Another one that gets dramatically better with cold. August planted beets are ready in October or November, right as temps are dropping. Perfect timing. And while you're waiting on the roots, beet greens are fully edible, young and tender, actually really good. 2 crops from one plant. Chioggia beets, candy stripe interior, are worth trying just for how they look when you slice them open. Number 2, garlic. Technically planted in fall for a summer harvest, but August is when you start planting and ordering seed garlic, and that timing matters. Garlic planted in fall builds a root system before winter, goes dormant, then pushes hard in spring before almost anything else is growing. Bigger, more flavorful bulbs than spring-planted garlic ever produces. Hardneck varieties, rocambole, purple stripe, and porcelain are the ones worth growing. More complex flavor. And the scapes in early summer are a bonus crop on their own. Growing your own garlic ruins store-bought. Fair warning. Number 1, scallions. I know, you expected something dramatic. Hear me out. Scallions are possibly the most underrated fast crop you can put in the ground right now. 60 to 70 days from seed, handle frost without any protection. Harvest by cutting above the root, they regrow. Direct sow thickly in a container or bed, and you're pulling fresh green onion flavor by October. In a garden where most things are winding down, having something green and productive going into November is more satisfying than it sounds. I keep a pot going almost year-round. Low effort, constant return.
Here's the real takeaway. August isn't the end of the gardening season. It's the second beginning that most gardeners never take advantage of. For years, we've been taught to think of gardening in 2 seasons, plant in spring, harvest in summer, then clean everything up and wait for next year. But nature doesn't work that way. In many ways, the garden is just getting started. The plants on this list don't just tolerate cooler weather, they actually depend on it to become their best. Kale gets sweeter after frost. Carrots develop more sugar as temperatures drop. Spinach, lettuce, broccoli, and so many others thrive when the summer heat finally backs off. The cold isn't the enemy, it's the ingredient that transforms a good harvest into a great one. And here's something else people don't talk about enough. Fall gardening is simply easier. There are fewer pests chewing through your plants, weeds slow down, watering becomes less demanding, and many crops grow at a steady, stress-free pace instead of racing to survive summer heat. Less work and often better results. I learned that lesson the hard way. For years, every August, I'd start pulling out tired tomato vines, cleaning my beds, and mentally calling it a season. I'd already be thinking about next spring. What I didn't realize was that I was leaving weeks, sometimes months, of fresh food sitting in the calendar. I was giving up some of the sweetest carrots, the crispest lettuce, the best kale, and the easiest harvests of the entire year without even knowing it. Don't make the same mistake. If you've still got a little space in your garden, a few empty containers, or even just one raised bed, you still have time to grow something incredible before winter arrives. The opportunity is right in front of you. You just have to take it. Now the next step is making sure those fall crops get the best possible start. Soil preparation, spacing, watering, protecting young seedlings from late summer heat, and using simple row covers can make the difference between an average fall garden and one that's overflowing with food. I've put together a complete guide showing exactly how I prepare my fall beds from start to finish, including the small mistakes that can cost you your harvest. Click the video on your screen now, and I'll walk you through the entire process so you can turn this August into your most productive gardening month yet. I'll see you there.